Hey fam, it's your girl Aimee J, your personal hype man and friend here today on this Sunday, February 23rd, 2020, checking in to see how are you doing. What's going on, guys? It is a beautiful day regardless of what the weather out. Let me try that again. Regardless of what the weather is outside, it is a beautiful day. You know why? Because you are here. Because you are here on this earth here today. That's huge. That's big. And that's important. So it's Sunday. You know that means that I am a big proponent of relax, relate, reflect. That's not really what I say. What do I say? I say rest, relax, reflect. Rest, relax, reflect. Do that because it's important to check back on the past week to see how things were. Where can you improve? Where did you fall down? You know, those kinds of things. That actually goes right into what we want to talk about today. The hype talk for today is I need you to know your weaknesses. People don't like to think about that. People only like to think in terms of strengths, but it's just as important to think about your weaknesses. So, you know, a lot of people have different philosophies on this. I don't know if I say this is my philosophy, but I like to think of life as being divided into like 11 parts. You have your physical health, your mental health, financial health, your spiritual health, your family relationships, your friendships, your partnerships, recreation, your walk of life, personal growth, and your surroundings, right? So those are the kind of how I break down life. And when I look at it, physical health is a little bit obvious. Mental health, same thing, your mental well-being. Financial health, or just financial, is like your wealth and your current financial status. Spiritual is your relationship with God or a higher being that you believe in or lack of, but it's that concept. I think relationships are some of the most important things, and I talk about it in another Hype Man episode. But, you know, I'm talking about your family, your relationship with your family, your relationships with your friends, and your relationship with your partner. Your partnership is more romantical. Your significant other, your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, partner is what word it kind of comes to, but it's your romantical relationships. Your recreation is more your hobbies and the things that make you happy, the things that bring you joy. It's not something you're doing for money, but because you enjoy it. Stamp collection, sports, arts and crafts, cooking, that kind of a thing. What do you do recreationally? Your walk of life is what we often think of in terms of career, but really it's your mission, your passion, your purpose, regardless of what it is. For me, it's in two things. I am a senior project manager, but also my passion and mission, my walk of life is helping others. And that's where I would categorize that. So both of them kind of fall under walk of life for me. Personal growth is how do you improve yourself, self-improvement. How do you grow? How do you develop yourself? And then surroundings is your environment, your room, your home, the neighborhood you live in. It's where you spend the most time, and it's just as important. So you got to look at each of these areas and ask yourself, how am I doing here? How are things going in this section in life? What is it about? And, you know, there's a gentleman, Michael Hyatt, who does a life score assessment. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to do it, but you don't have to do something formal like that. You can also just do it for yourself. And it really is up to you how you want to do it. But the important thing is that you do an audit or an assessment of your life to decide, you know, how am I doing? Am I solid in my friendships? Is there someone I haven't been in touch with and I should really reach out to? Or, you know, am I struggling in my faith? And hey, I should talk about that. I should think about that. I should seek help. Mental health, right? All these areas, we just automatically go for the strong thing, the things that are working. But what isn't working? Especially in walk of life. A lot of y'all are like, I got a job. I'm making money. Awesome. Is it awesome though? Or is there something that could be done and you can improve upon in your walk of life? A better job, a different company, a different boss, different department, what? Think about that, right? Or is your mission maybe not a 9 to 5 and maybe you have some other calling within you that you've been holding back? That's the kind of thing that would be a weakness because you're not acknowledging that strength. So it's important to do these things so that you know where you fall short so that you can address it or accept it. Because those are your two options. Once you acknowledge it, you either accept it or you improve upon it. That's how life is. And so you have to do that periodically because things will change. If I did a life assessment now versus when I was in college, I would have different results. All right. So that's what I want to talk to you guys about today. Look at your life, look back at it, and do an assessment and see where are your weaknesses? Where can you improve? Because that's just as important as knowing where you excel. Okay? So go on. It's Sunday. You're supposed to reflect anyway. Do that as well. You guys, you could do it, right? Because who you are, both your strengths and your weaknesses, that's important. That's what this world needs. You define who you are. So don't think that because you have weaknesses, you are less for some reason. That's not how it works. That's not what it is. You define who you are. If you have a weakness and you're like, hey, I accept that. That's who I am. Cool. That's what it is. That's what the world needs. It's not what someone else defines as. It's what you define yourself as. All right. So, but as you define that, know that the definition includes strengths and weaknesses. Okay. Either way, all of you is awesome. All of you is loved. All of you is needed. And most importantly, guys, I say this day in and day out, most importantly, all of you is enough as you are, just the way you are. All right? So remember, until next time, which is tomorrow when we check back in, don't stop. Keep chasing.